allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó lódodo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀tẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know if the audio is perfect, okay? Just before we get fully into it. And thank you very much as well as you join and share in the broadcast. Please do. You have share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today. The Jihad beyond Plateau, beyond Middle Belt, a media collusion and conspiracies. A lot of you have been distracted by a lot of things, especially how you are going to survive. tomorrow. While a lot are being killed codedly. And there are other follow-up stories too. Please share the broadcast. We are starting in a minute. Today. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. And I don't know if this is your first time of possibly stumbling on this platform. But if you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description as well, that means you should be kind of ready to listen to the whole story behind the caption that you just read. And most of the time, the stories comes in pieces. But there's something that you can be very much assured of tonight or this minute, and that is your time with Maiyegun this hour is going to be worth it. Also, just before we delve into it, when you talk about Nigeria, there are some people who want you to do so, like walk on an egg shells. So which means you have to be very careful and all that. Then if you go further into, acknowledging the barbarity associated with a religion, like you go into religion, that seems to be a sort of a no-go area for many Nigerians. Well, not myself. So on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, just before we get into it, I want you to know something. And they are the things that are facts that emotions can't really sort of change. And part of them is that in Nigeria, there is only one ethnic nationality that has been killing the other ethnic nationalities because of, some people ask, because of what? But we have figured out that it is purely ethnic cleansing. Get rid of them entirely from that part and continue to do so until some people call it land grabbing. However, in Nigeria, these same criminals, Fulani criminals. Now, here is where it can be a little bit complicated for some, but not for me. So let's be very clear. All right. Like I said, the only ethnic nationality that has been attacking other people and killing them, kidnapping them, they have been mostly the Fulani terrorists. Now, if you are a Fulani, I can possibly try to imagine how this feels or make you feel. Of course. And that is where the criminal elites that are backing these criminals to commit all this terrorism, who are mostly as well of the northern bloc. A lot of us have said like some will say, what is their real intention? Well, their intention, or whatever it is personal to them, as they are sponsoring religious terrorists. They are sponsoring ethnic terrorists. They are harming them, and they are ensuring that they are getting protections, right, from the supposed security agencies in Nigeria as fact. So if you are a Fulani, the ideal thing for you is not to actually gaslight other people. The ideal thing for you as a Fulani that is not happy with this act of terrorism would have been to outrightly condemn it unconditionally. And if that has been the case, it means that probably the terrorists they were acting on their own. They've not really got sympathizers. So they've not got sympathizers in government, and they've not got them among the populace as well. Sure you get. So with that, maybe it wouldn't have kind of spread this much. Same thing applies to those who are Muslims too. From the record, the terrorists have killed Christians. Like, it has gotten to a stage whereby, it's been recorded. Like, this is in fact religious cleansing, religious war. That is to show the amount of Christian communities that were, raided and, where people were killed. However, simply because the main actor, the main perpetrator, the Fulani terrorist, armed to the teeth, they, like I said, for those who knows that the moment they come in and the way they kind of operate is pretty much like they do not want people to remain in those areas. And that then brings in the ethnic coloration. Then the other part is this. Normally, you as a Muslim, would you kill anybody because they say something about Islam? Like, would you? No, you won't, Abi. But in Nigeria, there is ethnic nationality that will kill you because Islam tells them to kill you as an infidel. Islam tells them to keep you as slaves in Nigeria, the Fulanis. You get that now? Like, you might be a Muslim following Islam, and you are Yoruba, you are Tifi, you are Jokun, you are Berom, you are a Middle Beltan, so to say, a Muslim, but you are still a Middle Beltan, Abi. So this, to you as a Muslim, it is completely not allowed. But you will not deny the fact that there are some set of these rogues that believes that it is the ideal thing to do, that you want to make it look like, hey boy, you don't have to do it. But there are people who are doing it. They were killing people. They were killing children. They were killing women. They were killing elderly people, vulnerable people. They were butchering them, right? Kidnapping some of them. And they are shouting Allahu Akbar. You will not deny that they exist. So you see, when we now talk about them, just like I told those who are Fulanis, you should not gaslight people. You should not begin to try to cook up conspiracy things. Because listen, this is where the truth about them killing Muslims and killing Christians is also verified. But here is the deal. Why would they kill you because you are a Muslim when they are ransacking a village? Because the village they are ransacking is a village of the indigenous people of certain flock. And the agenda is to clear everybody there, whether you are Muslim, whether you are Christian. So you as a Muslim that knows that, okay, yeah, they do kill these people because, not because they are Muslims or Christians, they kill everybody there. That would be a very viable argument, not an argument you have to use in gaslighting people from sharing their experiences and stories. Because the primary reasons why you have eyewitnesses when events happen is because if they are bad events, eyewitnesses that gives account of what happens, they help you to prevent such. Again, you know what I mean? Not in that of Nigeria. So There are so many conspiracies being cooked here and there, left, right, and center now. And of course, people are kind of responding likewise in whatever efforts they can. As we speak, that you are reading about all this terrorism, these killings, all of that, everywhere. The Nigeria media, who also try to catch them online and all that, capture them online, and majority of them don't go to those places. I don't know if some of you have seen this video. It is that of, an influencer called the Very Dark Man. It has brought its own controversies, okay? Right? But here, a lot of us are talking about Plateau states now, and others are talking about, the Middle Belt, right? But you see, in the last 3 months alone, the activities of these terrorists, especially outside the Middle Belt, where they have been actually committing genocide. I'm going to show you something. So relax. Other places, I just got to hear that in Ondo State, the Fulani terrorists, they have overpowered the Amotekuns in some part of Western Nigeria. In Ondo State, some part of Ondo State, they've overrun them. In Ogun State, in fact, listen to this. In Ondo State, some people are already relocating out of their communities simply because they are not allowed to defend themselves against the Fulani terrorists. No, they are not. And at the same time, there is no real help coming their ways. So some smart ones who believe they are smart, they are already abandoning those communities and moving their families to at least some urban areas. True story. In Ogun State, they have overrun about 4 local government areas. When you hear the local governments like Imekwafon, you're hearing like a Yewa North, a Yewa South, and all those kind of a part of a Yewas there. Some people have left the communities completely. Sure you get? And guess what? They have become like open field for these Fulani terrorists and their cows. So let us kind of roll it back a bit. Like I told you, you will need to understand what is really going on other than what they want you to be seeing. And you get to know we are not paranoid. Okay? No matter how much they spend on propaganda to keep you confused, just pay attention here. Okay? When we roll it back, few steps back a bit, to how they deceived Nigerians about whatever their plan was. Before this whole chaos, we've had Fulanis in some part of Nigeria. But somehow, it took a religious turn when suddenly they started a campaign of anarchy, genocide, and it was meant for the whole Nigeria. Governments that should know better, they spent 2 years spreading lies and misleading the people, like if Fulani terrorists kill a farmer in Ekiti, it's not Fulani from Nigeria. It must be Fulani from Chad. Government of Nigeria was saying that, according to them, because they didn't want Nigerians to see Fulanis as enemies. So anybody who talks about, if you get killed or kidnapped, you are not allowed to say it's Fulani, even if it's Fulani terrorist. So for sometimes they now devise means of what they called dissolution. The idea is, if a Fulani says this space, they are there, and they don't want you anymore, you cannot tell them to leave your forest or what have you, right? Let them be. Let us negotiate peace. So people are leaving their communities, going into the forest to go and make peace deals with the terrorists that have decided to kind of be there. In government, they were trying to make laws, guys. And the law was that for peace, for all of these Fulani killings to stop. This was like about 7, 8 years ago now. That's why I said, let us roll it back. How did we get here? Buhari's government decided to cede all of the waterways in Nigeria to the Fulanis. It sounded like, oh, does that mean that if I'm a Fulani, I can just go there and I'm the owner? No. Again, this is why I said a lot of you who are also Fulanis, who probably feels powerful, it is because you are ignorant. None of this work for any of you ordinary Fulanis. You see those who are in politics and in different positions, right? Especially who are Fulanis. Some of them who are your role models, okay? Whatever deal or whatever agenda that they kind of have with the terrorists, that they do not have the political will to crush the terrorist. Because know this, in Nigeria, true to it, the Fulani herdsmen, those Fulanis with cows, because of the insecurity in Nigeria, they have become victims of those they called the cattle rustlers. Let us be honest, okay? That is happening. If you now want to protect people like that, as well as stop those ones who picked up guns, listen, there are Fulanis whose cows will be stolen, and that Fulani man will be killed, and they will take all his cows. This is a crime. Sure, you get that ordinarily the government that should protect farmers should protect others. Abi? But when an herdsman moves his cows through your farms that you have labored kind of to cultivate, he is committing a crime. Abi? And the law should also do what? Deal with him. Things escalated so quickly because Buhari, a Fulani man, took over power. Jihadists, who are Fulanis, Kanuris, Hausas, and the rest of those ones who are Islamic jihadists, who took chance and took place in that power, decided to push an agenda of land grabbing through violence. First, they will be using violence to begin to wipe out all of the people, little by from village to village, and from town to town, little by little. As they are wiping them out, those ones in government, they will pretend like they are trying to stop the violence. So to now have peace, you see the areas they have killed the people and sent them to refugee camps, they will occupy those spaces. They will appoint a leader. That leader will now meet with other people from other communities. They will say they are doing peace meeting. In their peace meetings, you see the villages where people left as refugees, they do not return them back there. Majority of the refugees you see everywhere, they are far, far, far away from their places. But the politicians are making peace by saying, now you need to go and meet the terrorists who committed the crime to make peace. So this time around, if they have cows, they can, they can kind of feast everywhere, including your farm. So in order not to cause another, don't try and come and fight them back for those places. For now, let us maintain peace. They said they will not kill again. If all of you are not planning to come and attack them or fight back, guess what? Attack them or fight back. Listen to this. How could somebody who came and then invade my community, killed my people, burned down the entire, what do you call it, structures that they could find there. How could I make peace with that without you returning, without them being taken responsible for what they have done, and then you returning me back to my stuff, right? No, they started making laws. All the waterways in Nigeria will belong to the federal government of Nigeria. And 50 miles from those waterways. Because with that, they can resettle some of these murderers. They can keep them close and their cows close to water. But we knew it wasn't about cows. Abi? Criminals, listen to this. So criminals attack an herdsman and his cow. They killed the herdsman. They committed murder. They stole his cow. How did that then turn to murdering the women and children in a village? How? How did stealing cows and committing murder by some people lead into, genocide, including women and children? How did they relate? That's where people are trying to say, do not buy into any of those narratives. Some of them are conspiracies put together. What is really going on in Middle Belt part of Nigeria and so many other parts of Nigeria, as planned, is genocide. And it is ethno-religious genocide, ethno-religious massacre, ethno-religious cleansing. But some said, no, it's about their natural resources. No, it's not about that. One man, like Prophet, once told us this. You didn't like the way he speaks, did you? But his words continue to echo. I will start with this.
Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why, instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you?
No. I know they spent a lot to make you hate that guy. And some of you still have some hatred left inside of you, of him. I mean, for him. You didn't like the way he was talking. He was insulting you. Some of you did not even know how they managed to incite you against his messages. Because if you listen to his messages, you go dey angry about Nigeria all the time. Nothing will make sense to you. They spent a lot. Have you seen how the Fulani, those ones who claim to be educated, the Fulanis on social media, have you seen the way they react when they hear the word Nnamdi Kanu, ESN, IPOB? People that are kidnapping people, people that are raping children, people that are beating the people they kidnapped online, I mean, on camera. They make you believe that ESN is terrorist, IPOB is dangerous, Nnamdi Kanu is a dangerous person. And so many of you, religiously, till tomorrow, you believe it. You've never sat down and be like, hang on. What exactly God did this guy really do? The reason why they spend their time to make majority of you unconsciously, you have so much anger, whatever inside you, for Nnamdi Kanu. When they ask you, you will say it's because he insulted your pastor, or he insulted your tribe, or he insulted your elders. He insulted criminals, and he is always very, very clear about those of you who are the dumbos. You are still here, the idiots. They always give excuses for these criminals. Then you act surprised when things suddenly goes south. Like, how did that happen? Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, this. I'm going to keep that video. I'm going to replay it before we leave tonight. So this young man went to that Jos, by the way, and some of what he said here have been debunked. I will let you listen. And I want you to look around and tell me that the Fulanis who are killing people in Nigeria, they are doing it for what exactly, other than what you have been told? On this, I'll start. Let's get it.
All right, still in Bogos, where those people, Bokos, were in Jos, where those people came to attack those poor people. If you remember the video again, where they were pulling a child from behind his dead mother and his dead folks, you understand? So this is where it happened. Now, let me tell you what's funny. Bring the camera down. This is tin. This is tin. These are minerals. Look at it on the ground. These are minerals. So it is pretty obvious. See them, come. It is pretty obvious that these people are being killed because of the richness of their land. Can you imagine? They had to burn down the place. Come. See, start from here. They had to burn down the place. See these houses? Everything burnt down. We came into this village. There's literally nobody in the village. Like literally nobody. They had to run away from their own land, from the place where they were born, where their grandparents lived. Do you understand? Can you imagine minerals on the ground? See, minerals on the ground. Minerals on the ground. That means this land is rich. Why are they doing this? I don't know. It is obvious, but we act as if I don't know for political reasons. But please, Nigerian government, please. Now, I'll take you to where the children are. The children that are being affected. Those people that they kill, their children. I will take you to the IDP camp where they are. If you see them, then let's not even talk about the ones that are in the hospital without hand and legs. because of insecurity in Nigeria or because of greed. What we all can enjoy in Nigeria, we have a lot of minerals in Nigeria that we all can enjoy. We are not supposed to be poor in this country. Dubai get only oil, sell Dubai day. We are rich anyhow. Look at this land, plain land. Turn this camera. Look at the land, raise it up. Look at this land, plain land, see, plain, beautiful land with raw minerals on the ground. But yet, Nigerians, we are still suffering. We are still poor because of the greed of the people that are supposed to protect us and take care of us. Because of the government. So, basically, somebody was trapped in this car. Somebody was trapped in this car and was burnt. Now, these things, where that guy did? Where it be this? Which bone? Human being bone. What I'm holding now, according to this guy that was here, have you put your face? I know if you show your face, now just show only your body. So according to this guy, he's saying waiting. Bones, human being bone. So this is the car. The person was, and as you can see, this is somebody. This is a human being bone. These are bones of somebody. But this is very dark, man, and I'm out here in just Bokos local government here. Bokos, where the attack happened. So there was an attack on these people. Everybody that you are seeing here, they are not random people. These are like people affected by the attacks that happened on the 24th. It happened on the 24th, 25th, and on the 26th. So a lot of them didn't have the opportunity to do Christmas because of these attacks. And what is funny is that I've done a little bit of investigation. I walked around. Some of them are staying here, and then some of them are staying in this town. Let me see the zinc houses. This place, and then behind. Now come back. So what's going on is, first of all, this is a very big community. How many community was affected? About 28 communities, am I right? About 28 communities were affected, where a lot of houses were burnt. These are like normal people that they go about their day, they make the Irish potatoes that you eat, they send it from here and send it all the way to Abuja, you understand, for you people to eat and you enjoy your life, do you understand? Now, with these people affected, a lot of things that you see in Nigeria cannot be. Alright, so this is another community that was burnt down. Apparently, this one is even bigger than the last one where we were. No, sure. Take it around. Follow me. Show the houses. See livestock. Livestock are being left, abandoned by their owners. Come. See all these places. See people are. See their animals. See generator. Burnt. This place is bigger. Now, let me tell you what's funny. From the last place we were to this place, it's like we drove for like 35 minutes on a normal low driving speed. Now come. Apparently this whole thing happened in a day. They attacked different places in a day. Their livestock. Tell people to care for them. Come. Sir? Why you rush this thing? I need to rush. You won't make a head back for one side. See, all these guys, they are really packing their stuff. See. Community, take the camera here. Bring your hand. Good.
I mean, number one, the real people from that community said what a real dark man, I think that is his name, right? So they said what he picked up on the floor, I mean, so on the ground rather, that was in a tin ore, okay? So it wasn't like a mineral was there and all that. And they did not want the whole trajectory or the narrative to be like, oh, they come there because of their natural resources. No. The Fulanis, especially the Fulani terrorists, they are actually cowards. I will continue to say that to you. They are cowards. Okay? So they attack smaller communities. According to that guy, with what they told him, 25 communities in Bokos local government alone were just like exact picture you saw there. I mean, come on, what did those people do? That you came and you burned down all their houses, burned down everything, those ones you could kill, you killed them and you burned them down. Like, if it is not about land grabbing. But somebody decided to put the record straight, by the way, after that video of that very dark man.
It's with a heavy heart that I want to make this video. A lot of you must have been following how determined the media is, especially pro-jihadist media outlets like Daily Trust, to tilt the story, to spin the narrative into something it is not. And unfortunately, we have a man who is having a lot of followership on social media, the very dark black man, spinning out another narrative in a certain language that makes it sound as if he is sensitive to the plight of the masses, whether he is doing it deliberately or he is being used ignorantly. But I want to say this, and I would say it clearly. The story, the narrative the very dark black man shot out is a falsehood. It is in a series of media stunts by the jihadists to divert the attention of people to something that is not. There is an Islamic jihad going on. It is leaving hundreds of Christians dead in the Middle Belt after every attack. Prior to the Christmas Eve attack, over 400 people were killed on the Plateau by Fulani jihadists. And the only arrests that were made were that of people of the same community by the military. They killed some and they showed their tribal names and claimed that they were the ones behind the attack, while the main criminals are out. People, there is a global Islamic jihad that is focused on Nigeria. And they have picked the Fulanis and they are working hard to gain international sympathy for them as an endangered species, when in the real sense, they are a well-trained, well-armed, and well-sponsored group. So please, very dark man, wherever you may be, if you ignorantly did that, please, I would appreciate if you go back and issue a disclaimer. But your video is misleading. Your video advances the cause of global jihad. If you want to have the blood of those people on your hands, go ahead. But let us discard such media stunts, especially the Daily Trust, who chooses to make headlines that tilt the attention of people away from the jihad that is going on. So all God-loving people, all peace-loving people, all lovers of humanity, let us beware. There is an Islamic jihad with the sole aim of annihilating the Christian population of Middle Belt, Nigeria.
Did you get that? So it's not different from what you know, especially those of you who knows. The Fulani terrorists, as well as the jihadist apologists, the ones that will tell you that it is the people from those communities who attacked themselves, killed themselves, burned their buildings, the entire buildings in all of the 25 communities. And when you ask, what are they fighting for? They will tell you, well, they have been fighting for land for years. So that they just decided to just extinguish themselves the same time. And then some of them also got kidnapped by themselves. Here is where you will know that indeed, the Fulani terrorists and their modes of operation, their MO, is not different from that of Boko Haram terrorists. Take a look at this. What would you say Fulani is fighting for? That in Taraba State, after killing as many people as they wanted, they could kill, they also kidnapped 23 members of the community. When they got them to their camps, they allowed those who are Muslims to pay ransom. So 11 million naira was paid to them. And those who were Muslims were separated and they were released. The other ones who are Christians, including the village head, have been held back. What would you say Fulani is fighting for in Taraba, that they kidnap people? Sorry if you don't understand the language. It just has to be on the record, okay? Like I said, you may ignore other things that very dark man said, but you probably will never be able to forget the image that you saw, the buildings that were burned, and all those you saw. Would you? Would you call that misleading too? No, that is not misleading. That happened. But what is the idea behind it? Islamic jihadism. And this is not the first time we are being told. Some said their Muslim tickets is indeed built on this particular agreement. Agreement of jihadism. And in Taraba, maybe, like I said, everyone is talking about Plateau, Bokos, and other places, Abi. What would you say the Fulanis are fighting for kidnapping these people? What would you say?
So, Sarki bismillah go. Kama tso kusa. Kama tso kusa. Yayi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yau na
Bude fuskan.
Assalamu alaikum al'ummar jihar Taraba. Yau Juma'a. Yau na
Yi bayaninka.
Yau muke hannu kwana uku kenan muke hannu. Mun yi kira ga gwamnati na farko. Mun yi kira ga gwamnati na farko da ta sa hannu ta kawo mana agaji ta sheshi rayuwarmu saboda zaluncin da gwamnati ta yi ma wannan al'umma na Fulani. Ta ware su cikin al'umma gaba ɗaya, ta hana su zaman lafiya, ta kore su, ta kashe su, ta kwashe dukiyoyinsu, ta sa su gudun hijira suka tafi kasan da ba nasu ba, alhali kuma su 'yan Najeriya ne, 'yan Najeriya ma su 'yan Taraba ne, aka wargadar da su, aka kore su daga asalin inda suka sani, aka mai da su inda ba su sani ba. To ina za su rayu? Za su rayu ne kamar dabbobi? Su dabbobi ne? Ba su da rayuka ne kamar mu? Don haka su suna kukan yadda aka walakanta su, aka walakanta iyayensu, aka mai da su marayu, su ma sai sun ɗauki fansan wannan abin, ko kuma gwamnati ta kira a zauna tare a shirya, a tabbatar da cewa an daina warayya, an daina son kai, an daina cuta, an daina zamba, an daina munafurtan kowa. Wannan al'amari idan gwamnati bata tashi ta yi wani abu cikin ɗan kwanakin nan ba, daga yau zuwa gobe ba, mu da muke hannu misalin zai fara zuwa a kanmu tukunna. Mu yadda muke hannu yanzu haka, mu mutum 23. Wannan tabbaciciya ne idan gwamnati bata tashi ta yi wani abu daga yanzu da nake maganan nan zuwa yammaci, to lalle gobe ka sai dai a ɗibi gawakinmu. Don haka muna roko duk wanda ya ji wannan sako, duk mai imani, duk wanda ya ji wannan sako, muna roƙon shi don darajan Allah ya yi kokari ya je ya sanar ma wanda yake tare da gwamnati ko gwamnatin karan kanta, saboda a yi wani abu maza a neme su, a zanna da su, a ji damuwansu kamar da na ambata da bakina don a samu zaman lafiya. Wannan shi ne babban sako da nake so in tura wannan safiya a madadina da al'umma na sarkin kwaji, mu da muke hannu muna roƙon al'umma.
Like I said, they are hostages. They were kidnapped when their village was attacked by Fulani terrorists. Actually have a name, hang on. Yeah, it is called Kwaji Village in a local government called Yoro local government area. Those terrorists attacked the communities. They killed as many people as they could. Yeah. Then they kidnapped those people you saw on your screen just now. So do you see when I keep using the word, terrorist and terrorist? If you are, Islamic jihadists, Fulani Islamic jihadists, it's because, just take a look at that, because they exist. They were kidnapping people for ransom, for money. Remember, it all started from you have to give them land. It wasn't about land. Nnamdi Kanu warned everyone, didn't he? Listen to this from those who are like member of parliament in Nigeria, presenting their own report of what they are passing through. And it's all from Fulani.
Troubling upswing in abduction incidents, particularly distressing, is the occurrence that transpired on 22nd of September 2023, when heavily armed bandits stormed off-campus female hostel at Federal University, Gusau, and abducted 40 female students. Mr. Speaker, out of these 40 female students, only 13 were so far been rescued by the military. Similarly, on the 17th of August, Mr. Speaker, 8 NYSC members from Akwa Ibom State were also kidnapped on their way to Sokoto State. And as of the present moment, Mr. Speaker, they remain in captivity. Also on that very day, Mr. Speaker, in Sape town, Sape local government, 6 people were brutally killed and dozens were taken to hostage. Also in that Sape again, Mr. Speaker, very recently on 21st of September 2023, a notable young businessman who is into telecommunication business, named as Anas Umar Wali Sape, was gruesomely murdered by bandits at exactly 8 p.m. inside his residence in Sape town. Mr. Speaker, this wave of criminality has since extended its reach into various communities of my constituency, such as Magami, Mada, Hain Alhaji, Wanzamai, Kwarenganwa, Enkuzo, Enwari, Mareri, Dempa, and Karazao. Mr. Speaker, worried that in my constituency alone, over 126 individuals were abducted, including 33 children, and tragically, more than 56 innocent lives were claimed, all in the span of these 3 months, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, observe that these grim events have not only left a trail of sorrow, but have also sparked widespread concern and outcry among our constituents, where our people...
True life story. The kidnappings are on record. The kidnapped, they are probably living on Tifnumbu's hope, like some of you are living on his hope, hoping that maybe someday. Unfortunately, as they are there, some of you who are free today, you will become victims and they'll take you there too. That one is saying, I reject it in Jesus' name. I reject it for you too, but I wish that is the only thing you will need. Because can we say those ones who are in their captivity or those ones who are killed, they did not reject it in Jesus' name, Abi? They were Christians. They killed a pastor in that Taraba. A pastor, they killed him. They killed, like actually killed 11 people in that community, then kidnapped 23. This is Taraba now. This is not Plateau. Other places like Zamfara, where they kidnapped their 40 students. Students from the Federal University, Zamfara, Biyinko, Guzo. And you heard the guy, only 13 have been released. These two, from the mouth of those who are from the places, right? So here is another national lawmaker or federal lawmaker.
I represent the entire people of Gusau's IP federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Zamfara State. Mr. Speaker, I have 2 amendments. Number 1, the heading of the motion. The heading of the motion call on the Inspector General of Police to intensify efforts to secure the immediate and safe release of 7 abducted corps members and 40 female students of the Federal University Gusau in Zamfara State. That's number one. Also goes to the prayer. Urge the IGP and their security agencies to intensify effort and deploy personnel to secure the immediate and safe release of 7 abducted corps members and 40 female students of Federal University Gusau who are still in captivity in Zamfara State. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That's my amendments.
Any second to that?
To amend the prayer so that the two should marry together. Because all of them, they were in captivity.
Your motion still stands, and your prayer still stands.
What I mean, the abduction, there is court members and the female students. So the motion is saying that the 7 corps members should be, the IG of police should intensify efforts to secure the release instead of only
a town hall different from Blue. Bulaba.
If you can't understand, just forget about it. We are talking about those taken by the terrorists. Somebody is telling you that you have a Fulani phobia. Who will not have Fulani phobia if a member of your family has been killed by these criminals or these terrorists, especially recently? Would you not feel worried? This is where we expect those who are real Fulanis to actually be at the forefront of those that will be calling for the execution of all these rogues and criminals, not take offense and begin to gaslight people, because we know a lot of you that actually supports the killings, because to you, they are doing it for Allah, even when you know they are not. So let's go back to that Plateau. But before we go back to Plateau, you've heard about Zamfara. You've probably heard about that of Nasarawa too. You probably should have heard that of Bauchi, Yobe. All these places, they are killing people every day. To the point that you can easily tell that apart from the people, I mean, the communities being Christian communities, as you know, they are not only being killed because they are Christians, they are also being ethnically being cleansed out of the entire space, so that in 5-10 years time, the survivors, they will still be living in IDP camps, and they would have probably brought in their, bring in their own emirs or sultan or any title, rename the communities. All of these are real. And the people, they are left just to this. Let's kind of go back there, because from there, I'm going to take you down south. We need to talk. If you are from southern Nigeria, Yoruba to be precise, we need to talk.
So I am Reverend Yakubu Muton. I am a pastor with the Church of Christ in Nations. But this is my village. This is Maiyegun. Maiyegun is in Bokos local government, Plateau state of Nigeria. What really happened here is not only in this village that were affected by this crisis. We're affected by more than 11 villages, which Maiyegun happens to be one. And in these villages, it is the same method of attack that was conducted. It's the killing, the maiming of people, slaughtering them, and burning of their houses and their foodstuffs and properties. So by now, by the record we have already collected, we have over 150 people that are killed in one day. That is on the 24th of December. That is, the Christmas was just not a Christmas to us, like to celebrate. It was a mourning Christmas because of what happened to us. As you could see, I'm standing here. This is my house in my village, and I lost everything that was in the house, both foodstuff, clothing, and whatever. It was a furnished house, but it is burnt. And even the church that is by my side was burnt, and the pastorium is burnt. Everything about us here in this village is confused. as you could see that everything is destroyed. But we thank God that some of us are alive. And at the cost of this, like me now, I lost 7 of my brothers at the cost of this crisis. That
and typical. Well, we thank God that some of us that are still alive, or more, even those of you that are alive, they are still coming back to kill you. That's the plan. Or you completely have to run away, never to come back. That's the plan. And listen to me, please. I know a lot of you are not from these areas, this hotspot, okay? And some of you are like experts in giving advices. Like, they should stop complaining. They should defend themselves. That's why I said I'm coming back to that too. Okay? There are some certain things you need to remember. When you have a government that is intentionally allowing this to happen, okay? Intentionally, because of this are intentional. And that same government is willing to disarm you for these murderers. And in the case you try to go beyond them and say you want to still defend yourself, if you are not killed by the terrorists, they can kill you. These are the things people face there physically on ground. So do not think those people don't know how to defend themselves. You should just know that their killers are being hated by those who are supposed to protect Nigerians. Here you get. And I understand when people say, but they can use other means and trying to get themselves. That's why I said, listen, some of these things are convenient to say if you are not there physically. I just want you to please, in every of your suggestions, don't ever even suggest that these people, they were cowards. They are not. Just take a look around you. And that is why I'm not kind of happy with some of you that come here to talk about and begin to kind of, ask about go on. How about go on today? This is a karma. And I do remember that. If you remember those who were also gloating when this same system, this same gang up rigged system spent so much to blacklist the IPOB, the ESN. And some of you still kind of stylishly believe that all they told you that ESN did in Eastern Nigeria, they did it. Because you spent your life waiting for evidence to show that these people are going to be violent. And since they are not violent, whatever they say they are doing right now violently, they must be doing it even without any evidence. But here is something. I have told myself this many times and I'll tell you again. So, when you read your history, I mean, our ancestors were not really really good people per se. A lot of them did what they had to do, according to them, just to survive. And that is why when you read all of the things our ancestors did historically, some of them you are proud of what they did. I'm proud of them and all of that. Some people walk about with the ones they are so proud of. There are some other dirty ones. In the process as well, you read about their enemies, their friends, that. So I told myself, when I read history, no matter how everyone puts their own perspective of the history, my intention when I read history is to learn from the history, never to be imprisoned by the history. I won't read history in order to inherit the enemies of my own ancestors. I would rather learn, how did my ancestor fare when they did that? A lot of you have a lot to say about the Middle Beltans. There's something you must remember. Majority of those who are now today the victims of the terrorism in the Middle Belt and every other part of Nigeria, I mean, majority of us were not even alive. We're not alive to carry out any attack on ourselves, especially the Igbos, precisely. So if you look into your history and you feel so bad about what people did back then, you should not sit back in the current arrangement, sit back and gloat over it. Because if you pay attention very well, it is the same target, the same agenda against every one of us. And even though you and I were not alive, when they all kind of ended up in this contraption, you and I didn't choose this. We found ourselves today. You didn't choose to be Igbo. Do you know that? None of these people chose to be Middle Beltans and then their own, ethnic nationality as they are today. None of us actually chose any of this. So if we have anything to learn from our histories, it's never to make the same mistakes. When the entire criminal elite and political class of Nigeria ganged up against the Igbos, and that led to the genocide of over 5 million people. And these 5 million people were not even like killed, like, you know what I mean? Majority of us were not alive. So if we actually want to have a better or a kind of a clearer future for our own generations, I would say, it is not the ideal time, okay, to be proud of inheriting the enemies of your ancestors, because none of our ancestors was holy in anything and everything. However, in the middle belt, just like you have seen there, some believes that thank God that they are still alive. But the real agenda here is this. Today, just like they are from middle belt down south, the reason why they will want you to always be sort of, worried. No, that's not weighty. I'm looking for a word that is not too, too kind of heavy and it's not too light. You know what I mean? Like they want to put you in that perpetual fear of the unknown. And that is why they spend so much today. Not just today, they've been spending so much up till today. I think that's the right way to put it. Up till today, to make you believe that ESN, IPOB, they are more dangerous than the Fulani terrorists that are kidnapping women, raping them, kidnapping children, raping them, selling them off as slaves, ransacking villages, killing and massacring people. They want you to feel that, that kind of, you just live in your own imagination of the unknown. Can you understand what I'm trying to kind of say, right? And when you look at those who are pushing most of this, you will see the Fulanis fully behind it. Until those who have their own political hatred for the Igbos, I am talking about the Ronukus, including those of you who are watching me right now, who are members of the Yoruba Ronukus, the Tifnumbus gang. Oh, I actually have something for you. And it's like for everyone too. Talking about don't inherit anyone's enemy if you are thinking you are fighting for a just cause, no matter who you are. When you are a Fulani and the Fulani terrorists are doing all this terrorism, you will team up with others and say, listen, we know all these terrorists. They might be like us, but they don't speak for us. They don't represent us. We will never leave our own places and begin to kill people in Edo because we want their land or something. No, we won't do that. These are enemies of Nigeria. We encourage all of you, Nigeria, to join them. Not going to gaslight other Nigerians and say, so you don't like Fulani. It's because you hate the Fulani. It's because you hate Islam. It's because you know what I mean? When you see terrorists who are killing people, simply because Islam told them to kill people if they are infidel, that is not the moment for you as a Muslim to begin to feel like, well, all of you are just people who don't like Islam. Yeah, but what about these guys who are doing all of this? It's not the right time for you to. You know what I mean now? Same thing that you are Igbo, or you are not Igbo, but you are not Middle Beltans, and you feel like whatever Gowon did and the people that, and all the atrocities he committed or allowed to happen, the generations that are now here today, that are now being hunted and slaughtered by these terrorists, they deserve that. That would be kind of like, no, man, that's cold. And stupid too. That's, to me, that's the way I see it. And it is also same thing as well, right? When you look at those, for example, if you are Igbo, for example, you need to caution everyone who feels like that. Like, come on. We understand that, right? But here is the truth, right? We are all victims, Nabi. So when you now look at those who are shouting Ronu, Ronu, Ronu coups, there are some of you who are Yorubas, and you are watching those who claim to be Ronu coups, the Lagos Aboba coups, the Tifnumbus ass lickers, the bat idiots. Okay, because of Tifnumbu, they started the Igbo Yoruba war, Yoruba Igbo war. Okay, and you are watching them, you are seeing them that they are doing it. So it's these guys. Oh, look at all this nonsense. Look at all this ethnic baiting and all of that. But you you got offended when you read another Igbo person responding to another bigot. Like Igbo bigot responding to Yoruba bigot. You are seeing that, but because you felt like that's Yoruba being insulted. So I need to defend Yoruba, so you jumped into it. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of stupid, but people do it. You see, I used to like Obi, but when I look at all these Igbo people and what they are saying about my tribe, I just know that this Obi can never be president. You know, that kind of a thing, right? That's stupid. Stupid, right? Because you can easily tell. You know what I mean? Those who are possibly benefiting from the chaos, and you are just enablers who are enabling them. I say, welcome back to your senses. Now this or that. So when terrorists are killing people, when you see the real terrorists, you call them by their names. Fulani terrorists. Simple. As a Fulani, you must never be offended. Rather, you will tell everyone, I'm a Fulani. Oh. Because what in the air will make Fulani terrorists kill 5 Amotekun in Ondo in a space of 5 months? Did you hear that? Ondo State has no border with any Fulani. Sokoto State can be Fulani State. That's their caliphate. Ondo State is Yoruba land, very far from the caliphate. Why would Amotekun that is set up, okay, to kind of, they are like forest rangers. They go after those who are illegally occupying the forest in Yoruba land. That's the job. But who are those who are illegally occupying forest in Yoruba land? Fulani. Do you get that now? They are Fulani. Now, you want to tell me that they are Fulani from Niger, they are Fulani from Libya, they are Fulani from this or that. But they are Fulanis. And if somebody says, so we want to put together a security that will kind of chase them away, kill them and get rid of them, you as a Fulani now feel offended. Is that not suspicious? Wouldn't that be suspicious? Amotekun was set up. We saw what happened that time. A lot of people believe that Akeredolu was probably like poisoned and all of that. There are people who believe that. All because of this, Yorubas must defend themselves. The Igbos also have to defend themselves. Nnamdi Kanu was called a terrorist because he said the Igbos will defend themselves against these armed terrorists so that they will not be burning down Igbo villages like that. Like what you just seen in that video. Somebody said, no, we will never let this happen in our own place. That will be the job of the government, Abi. Shouldn't that be the government's job? But government now decided to blacklist the people and said they are non-state actors. The guns they are holding is not government approved, so they must be terrorists. Who approved the guns that the Fulanis are carrying everywhere? Who approved the guns? Who licensed them? Nobody. Nobody has a clue other than the criminals in government. But they continue to tell you the way this Nnamdi Kanu is talking, it's going to cause war in Nigeria. Why would defending myself cause war in Nigeria? Have you ever thought of that? Eh? That Nnamdi Kanu has now gotten an army. Eh? This country, they must do something to him. Why? Because he wants to stop these criminals, right? A lot of you believe that too. He must be stopped. This nonsense must be stopped. He's not kidnapping people. He's not threatening. I mean, they are not threatening anybody. Like they said, Nigerian government and Nigerian security system are compromised. The people deserve to defend themselves. Volunteers, come out, let's defend ourselves. And they told you they are dangerous, and you believe them. You believe them. Abi, but you are so angry. You are very angry when people talk about the Fulani terrorists. Stop stereotyping. Let us all stop stereotyping. Are you mad, Ini? So mad, Ini? Stereotyping. There is no other tribe in Nigeria or other ethnic nationality in Nigeria that kills other people. None. Not ESN, not IPOB, not Yoruba Nation, not all this, except the Fulanis. Are you listening? But they make you believe that Nnamdi Kanu is good. And some of you still believe today, till tomorrow. A lot of you, sometimes when you want to kind of use reverse psychology, man, the way this country is going, I just hope that they are not going to make me begin to believe all these Nnamdi Kanu's prophecies. Are you mad? Are you mad? You're mad, right? So you kind of heard those prophecies and you see them happening right now, but you are like telling yourself, man, this government is just going to make me start believing that all this Nnamdi Kanu said. No, that is not what you have problem with. You have problem with accepting the fact that he was right and he is still right. Some of you are asking questions today. Why is all this happening? Where is government? Somebody said the government is going to be behind it. You are going to be on your own. They will disarm you. You are just going to sit duck and get killed. Why would Fulani kill 5 Amotekun in Ondo? And why are we just hearing that now? The media. The media says the government will punish them if they tell you what is going on. Exactly the way it is going on. That will be violating the law of the media, the government's law. Really? Because that means the government is not really interested in whatever it is. You are on your own. Let's hope you survive it. And if you don't, well, that's going to be your own chance. Somebody said they had to move their grandmother from their own community just about 4 days ago or thereabout. The community, the Ekiti farmers, they came out and they said 30 farms, which means probably 30 farmers. 30 farms have been completely taken over by the Fulani terrorists in Ekiti State. Ekiti has no border with Ondo, with Sokoto, far away from Nigeria. But Ekiti people have no clue or any idea what is going to be their fate, because the government gives no shit about them, and they know. Ekiti, but you can't talk about it, can you? Baba, I just read the report too that said in Yoruba land alone, we lost 4,000 farmers. 4,000 farmers. And the media reported it as farmers and others clashes. They died, got killed. And somebody is shouting Yoruba Ronu, that Igbos are coming to take over your land. 2015 to 2023, 8 years in Yoruba land, we lost over 4,000 farmers. And there is actually no real news about it everywhere. the areas like in Ogun State, the people of Imekwapon, local government area in Ogun State, majority of the communities have become like that of Plateau State that you just saw. In fact, some of them were actually like packing and living completely. They were leaving their communities. In Ogun State, Yewa North, Yewa South, go and see what life is like for people there in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. True story, true life story. But a Yoruba man is being made to believe that Igbo man is coming to take over his land, and he believes it. He's so angry. The Igbos have no respect. Everywhere they go, they want to control everything. They are killing us. Fulani are killing us. And you, a Yoruba man, you are on social media. You are gloating over IPOB, over ESN in Eastern Nigeria. You are gloating. You are calling them terrorists. Fulani are killing us. You don't even know. You probably have no idea. That's the lie. Where did they kill 4,000? Just like we said, if it hasn't happened to me, it's probably not happening. It's not happening. It's just some exaggeration. Some people that don't like APC. Like I've heard that like 1 million times. And somehow you just feel like maybe it should just happen to this person so that he can believe. But from my own experience, those who have become the victims, they never live to tell the story like the real victims. This happened in Yoruba land. Amotekun have abandoned some of the communities too, like the Nigerian military, Nigerian police. But it's not making the media. You don't even know the danger you are in. Like, they are trying to make it feel normal. How could something like this feel normal? Let's go back to that Plateau State again. Would you ever kind of feel like this is normal for people to kind of live with? Nah.
That even the houses were burned, they removed the roofing sheets to go and just sell them as scraps. Some houses that were not totally burned up, they go climb the roof to remove sheets. This is the experience we are passing through, and it's very terrible. It was like a planting. It went round at the same time, a systematic plan of completely I will only qualify this as a genocide. So we are very happy, we are grateful for your comment, and we are trusting that whatever NEMA has brought, it will be properly shared to these IDPs, because we believe it's in good hands that we will take care of sharing as we have done. Relief materials have come in a little. Since Sunday, it was only yesterday that we were able to have a relief material shared to them from Sunday. So you can imagine the kind of trauma, the kind of pain, the kind of experience they are passing through. For them to have nothing to put in their mouths. They were living at the mercy of those they are living in their homes. Because since it was not a planned thing, many of them escaped with their lives without anything, and everything in their homes rests down. Food, everything. When we say everything, it's just everything. Women jump from high cliffs that are up to this roof down just for them to escape. Because there are those who are living where clean mining took place. So they have to jump. If you jump and you are not able to stand and continue the running, they shoot you and leave. So it is a terrible experience. We pray that God will have mercy on us.
In the name of God, that He sort of have mercy on them. And this woman too.
As it happens to be, that is the 24th. We were just enjoying ourselves, frying all this. Nobody was aware of anything. But very unfortunate. As time goes on, around 6 to 7, they end up inside villages, dispersing people, shooting here and there. But we were so desperate. We just stand like this. We walk outside. What is happening? We just saw them all around. They have surrounded us. There is no way out for us. Children, pregnancy woman. There is no how for them to run. Little one. The one she has at her back, she cannot be able to hold it. Pregnancy, all this thing. We just ran we ran as fast as we could. So people were grumbling on the ground because shooting was everywhere. We lack where to go. We don't know where they are because the villages was surrounded. So as God will make it, God says that wonder shall never end. We thank God. We know that God is alive and we appreciate it. God has done what He has done. I don't even know that any one of them will be alive as well. Beside that, there are many of us that shooted, they have slaughtered it. Where I came from, I'm from Yalwanon, our pastors with his family, only the pastor is alive. They have burned the house, the church is completely down. His family was killed completely. He's now at the door. In fact, it marvels and it beats everybody's imagination. So you are highly welcome. We thank you very much for your cooperative. Thank you for the effort you have made, for the long journey. You heard about it and you care for us. You took time. You came and see us. You are welcome. We are very grateful. Thank you.
But the unfortunate thing is this. These are the latest victims that you see on camera. This is like a normal thing. Every day, they continue to, the number of people that ended up in refugee camps continue to increase and increase and increase. So no matter how emotional you feel watching that, those are just the recent victims. And this is exactly what they want for all of us. And that is why, if I have any advice, share you get for the people, it won't probably be the kind of advice you give in the open without it being termed as incitement. Sure, you understand? But I will still try to give this little idea and advice. Like I said, the people were intentionally disarmed for a period like this. Their Muslim ticket agenda suits this murderous agenda. And to those of you who have been following Tifnumbu's fraudulent politics for a while, you kind of would agree with me, at least if you don't agree with me on everything, that Tifnumbu is a big-time fraud and everyone associated with him. Because you know what? These guys for years, they were shouting restructuring. This or that, yeah? And as a Yoruba man that has been presenting himself as a progressive for a while, he was one of those who were opposed to the formation of Amotekun because according to him, it would offend the jihadist north, the murderers, the terrorists. Anything that we put out an impression that whatever it is that is coming, the Yorubas can defend themselves and stand. that is going to be like an indirect declaration of war to say you will defend yourself. Politically, Tifnumbu ensured that Amotekun never succeed. Now you have to prove me wrong here. These killings and murdering and all of that have been in existence for the past 10 years. The last 8 years saw even more bloodbath. And in fact, it makes it more clearer to people what is really going on. But a supposed Yoruba progressive is your president right now. And he is still giving orders to the military to capture the murderers, the killers, the genocidists, like Bokwari also did. So if somebody tell you that it is part of their Muslim ticket ideal or what have you, it simply means that they have signed up that all of us should be killed. So do you now see the collaboration where there is never going to be any help from the government? Any attempt for Tifnumbu to publicly say, defend yourselves, Amotekun, this, even in eastern part of Nigeria, even the more reason why they will ask, they will want you they were putting more and more pressure on you to agree with them that ESN and IPOB, they are dangerous, even when they have actually done absolute nothing to harm anyone. There is no proof. But you have the Fulani, Abi, and you have all the proof. But yet, you need to disarm the ESN. The southern politicians, the southern governors met, okay, on top this issue. And they said, we need our own security to fight these terrorists occupying our forests. After the meeting, the Igbo governors and some Yoruba governors, they make a roundabout turn, 360. They just went to bed. The cameras were off. That's why I will continue to sort of give somebody like Akere Dolu his flower. Sheyi Makinde, I always give him his own flower too. Who else was there? Just 2 governors in the entire southwest Nigeria. The rest were just there for the photo ops. Dubious Dapo of Ogun State, where the Fulani terrorists are already controlling areas that you can listen to this. Ungoverned area in Ogun State, Yoruba land. Fulani is occupied areas ungoverned by the Nigerian government. But where is Amotekun in Ogun State? There is Amotekun in Ogun State, as you know, completely under what do you call that one? Under equipped. I mean, you know the long story now, Abi. When you go to Osun State, that share border with Oyo State, where these terrorists are so prominent that they even kidnap old women to rape old women going in smaller villages or outskirts villages. Cowards. Osun State has no real, but they do have their own Amotekun too. Are they equipped the way they should? Are they kind of really going after the terrorists as they should? I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying deliberately they incapacitated them. I mean, Sheyi Makinde is sort of kind of been in the news with the Amotekun as well, going after the real terrorists. I have seen few. But again, all of this were like underutilized, underperformed, under-equipped, all of this intentional in the entire Yoruba land. But what about the Igbos? It's even more ridiculous. And why they spend so much to kind of make you believe that ESN is dangerous, this one is that, and you believe them is because southern governors and southern politicians agreed to set up their own local security. Amotekun for the Yorubas, Ebube Agu for the Igbos. Only for them to gather political thugs gave them guns, another kind of a license to kill. And they called them a Wubiagu. They were not looking for Fulani terrorists. They were looking for ESN and IPOB members to either kidnap for organ harvesting or just for outright killings, or possibly just lock them up. It became a game to them. And the Fulani still kind of were wondering, how come that despite this work that you guys are trying to do to stop all this IPOB and ESN, how come there are still ESN in their forest? It is only in Igbo land where you have less existence of all these Fulani terrorists. Because it's like they know they are going to places where inside that bush, some people can show up and fire them before they even act. You get that? It's the only region where they know that those who have guns, they are using their guns. And most of them actually have the guns because of them. It is only part in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, where some people tried to still ensure that that outfit was put in place. We lost 4,000 farmers, 5 Amotekun personnel in Ondo State alone. The guy even gave names. Let me see if I can pull them up. Here you get. According to him, he said, bandits are killing people in Oshe local government area every day. Oshe is in Ondo, Ifon, Okeluse, Molege, Arimogija, communities. These are smaller communities in Ondo State. All those places have almost become ungoverned areas in Yoruba land. Ungoverned. There are people that are actually moving their families out of those communities. There are some certain roads that have become ghost roads in Yoruba land. In Ondo State, they mentioned one. Ifon, Akure. There are places, there are roads that are already turning into ghost road, because if you pass through those roads, they may never see you again. Because the Fulani terrorists might have taken you. All this are happening every day in Yoruba land. And somebody said, I am ready to use every blood in me to make sure that an Igbo man will never be president of Nigeria. They are so arrogant. They are a threat to Nigeria. A useless idiot says Igbo man is a threat to Nigeria. A useless Yoruba man, because of the Fnumbu. And some of you believe they are actually saying that because they love Yoruba land. The same Yoruba land where our people are being really killed, and they are burying the news. They are burying the news. Ironi, I'm from Ondo State. All these things you are saying is not true. That is somebody who has never really been to any part where people are indeed asking for help. And because he himself is helpless, but all these things are yet to happen to him. Or are you trying to tarnish the image of Ondo? Are you trying to are you dumb? Can't you see? Can't you look around you? Somebody said there's a jihadist on. I'm going to leave it at there. So for those of you, my advice is this. There are so many of you who are actually like, former soldiers, former police, like former armsman. Or maybe even still active. At this point, now go know how some of the real help can get to your communities. This time around, you should know how the terrorist actually operates. And you should, if you want your people to defend themselves, then you have to get involved. Get involved and get them those things they can defend themselves with, legally and illegally. That is when you begin to kind of hear the pushback. You know what I mean? Somebody said, if you want Listen to this. Somebody said, if you want the white Americans to change the law about the Americans' gun culture, you know, if you are a Republican, you are likely going to like a gun. And if you are a Democrat, you are likely not going to like guns. Doesn't mean that you won't have it too. You know what they say in America? Somebody will tell you that I don't really like guns. I just believe that I need it. I need to have gun. The American culture, right? And you know what somebody said? He said, if you want them to, and sorry again, right? In America is a tough political conversation. You want to collect their gun law, gun this, in America. Because their own forefathers told them that the way to defend their liberty, to defend their freedom, to defend their Americanness, is to have their own guns, and they must make sure that no government ever takes away their guns. You understand now? So somebody now said, if you want, with all this gun violence and all that, if you want American whites, who are actually the majority, right? If you want them to change the law about the gun, about guns, let all blacks in America decide to go and get guns. Because as an American, you can have guns by yourself, okay? So if they put out the Italian, they say 99% of black Americans have guns. 99%. What kind of guns? All manner of assault rifle and what have you. The blacks in America now, you know, if the stat says that, somebody said the white will quickly change the law and say, take the guns away from all of us. Because that means that, you know, that's what I'm saying. If you want the Nigeria collaborative terrorist government and the kleptomaniac government of Tifnumbu to take the guns away from the terrorists, Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, it is time for all of you to go and get guns legally and illegally too. When they know that you all have guns, they will execute their laws that says, if you use the gun to commit crime, you're going down for it. You know, like that. Or they will just have to legalize guns so that everybody can have it. Everybody can stop calling on government, come and help us. Government, help us beg government. Tell the government that this or that. Because one man once told all of us that except we are actually stupid, we will think this whole thing is about cows. It is not about cows. It is called ethnic religious cleansing, ethno-religious genocide. This man once told us. I'll replay it. Mazi.
Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why, instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. It's claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes? But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and graze anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you?
No, it's a zoo, man. See, you said it. They didn't like it. They didn't like him. Why would you call Nigeria a zoo? I don't like calling Nigeria a zoo. Like, are you proud Nigerian? You are a proud Nigerian, Abi. A proud idiot. Like, what are you proud of? What are you really proud of? Like, what is there to be proud of? Like, being honest. Or a typical Nigerian would be offended. We call Nigeria zoo. Your papa na monkey there. Your mama na gorilla. No, your godfather, your idiots. Don't defend Nigeria, I'm defending Nigeria. You cannot insult my Lufu. That is the Nigeria you are defending. We are terrorists, fraudsters. They are all having field day. And then you, Wiri, will begin to ask me, what have you done? One Wiri was asking me the other day. You this Maiyegun, every time complaining. What have you done to ensure security, even in your own state, Ogun State? I was like, that's what they turned them into. Because he wants to defend his murderous criminal leaders. He's asking me, what have I done to provide security for the people? Like, it is my job. Eh? Some of you will not probably have noticed this. You should notice, when you complain about the criminals in government and their incompetence, as well as their corruption and all of that, one way will ask you, what have you done to lift the people out of poverty? You just talk every time, blaming the government. I mean, what have you done? All this issue of security, all of us we should blame ourselves. This problem is all by ourselves. The way they want to sound like, you know what I mean? They're everywhere like that, but I know you kind of come across them a lot, right? So Nami go provide security for the people of Imekwa. I am the one who should provide this. What have I done to provide security for them? What do you think I can do to provide security against terrorists for the people of Yewa South local government or Yewa North local government? If to say you are not mad, like if person no get mental like problem, if person no be choke like mad person, what do you think your fellow person, human like me and you, could have done to provide security for the people of Yewa South? That's when you know that you are dealing with mad people in Nigeria. And Nnamdi Kanu said, there are mad people everywhere. I mean, still are mad people everywhere. You know, the criminals in government are irresponsible. The followers are even more irresponsible. And everybody is trapped in that quagmire. No wonder this evening I saw that there is an association called the Association of Nigerian Unemployed Youth. Wow, I didn't know. I told you something yesterday about Title. They love Title. You know, like they are criminal leaders. Do you know who you are talking to? Who are you? Who are you? You are talking to the president of the Nigerian Association of Unemployed Youth. Do you know who I am? I say, Baba, who you be? Who you be? I am the president of the Unemployed Nigeria, the Association of Unemployed Nigeria. Say, recruited by everybody completely, but it is what it is. It is Nigeria. And they have very good kind of a just cause, by the way. They are fighting a very just cause. And I support them. They want Betty to resign. Sorry, Better. Betty, Better Edu. The woman that sent a memo of 585 million naira to the accountant general of Nigeria to pay somebody in their private bank account. Like you, the Dini. Some people don't take them personal. Like, we are poor, now poor, we poor. Now unemployed, we are sorry, now job we no get. In this same country, we have voice. So they said she must resign, by the way. I'm coming back to Plateau, but I need to put this forward first before we kind of get to that part. I will take calls. Here, asking Better to resign. And Better I do it herself said, they are my enemy at works. I did not do anything wrong. Oh, you did a lot wrong, ma'am. Oh, no. Come on. But we'll come back to you. But resign first, according to this organization.
Welcome to this national press conference organized by the Coalition of Unemployed Youths in Nigeria. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure and honor that we, the Coalition of Unemployed Youths in Nigeria, stand before you today to appraise the renewed hope agenda and acknowledge the commendable efforts of the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Better Edu. We gather here in the nation's capital of Abuja to recognize and express our gratitude for our tireless commitment towards nation building. We stand here today not just on the soil of Abuja, but on the precipice of a brighter future, a future forged in the fires of hardship, tempered by the way.
I think it's got this creepy sound there and all that. Okay, so they said those ones are the ones that defended Better and all that. So let's put that aside. All right. So Better Edu said, according to their laws, okay, they said for a minister in Nigeria, okay, to kind of have access to a huge amount of money, she must, or he or she must get the approval of the Federal Executive Council. So they said when Better Edu sent the memo that the accountant general should pay somebody, she violated the law. They actually have that law. I think I got a copy of that earlier. Yeah. So a copy of that law says that personal money shall in no blah, 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 paid into a government bank account, nor shall any public money be paid into a private bank account. An officer who pays into money, who pays public money into private account is deemed to have done so with fraudulent intention. You know what I mean? So normally she was supposed to take such to the fake Federal Executive Council and tell them I want to spend 583 billion. So they would now approve it. Tifnumbu or the president, they will sign it. Then the accountant general will pay. So she was advised that, or somebody actually leaked it. So they said the money hasn't really been paid out because it can't really be paid out. It's bigger than what she can independently, personally. But there are more coming where they ask her to resign, by the way, because they said there's actually over 3 billion naira currently missing. Stories of stolen money and missing money and all of that continue to hover around as we speak. So I'll come back with those who said that they are the president of whatever unemployed Nigerians. Ridiculous, right? So I think my time is so up. And in fairness, I was going to show you the reactions of people. So the military who claim, or the police who claim to have arrested 8 people over the killings in in Bokos and Bakenladi and all these places, okay? And people said, no, they actually arrested the locals and accused them of killing themselves. Here you get. So yeah, yesterday they burned down the palace, traditional ruler's palace in Bokos, right? Today, they were everywhere. Abuja, Express Road, Jaws, and all the places. I think I got one. Because to them, this is genocide, and it is still going on as we speak. The other part. So some of you who are looking into how you are going to support all the victims of all these attacks, you will be venturing into a very dangerous business. Okay, so if you are going to get involved at all, sometimes I think you should probably get involved very well. I know people need food, they need medication, they need clothing and all of that stuff. But if some of you can actually do what they really need, you see those survivors, especially those ones that are still willing to defend themselves, and in areas, in places where they have underreported all these killings as well. Echo I don't, let's your support involve ìbọn gidi, àwọn ìbọn tó share you get. If I say I'm in English now, they can pick it from this conversation and just say, hey, delete that video. You know that like YouTube can come back, hey, Maiyegun, delete that video, or we'll delete it for you. Go and re-upload it and cut out where you said people should. We are not really independent, you know that. So yeah, but you get what I mean? Like, people should begin to think like that. I want to begin to see where a lot of you who are kind of like, this is what you would do if you are in that situation. There are some of you who have the capacity to actually move things in, right? Can we actually start doing that? Like, me, I don't know any connection or what have you, right? And if I do, I possibly would share this publicly, right? I'm saying things that, like, you too, you don't need to share it publicly. We are moving boys down to Taraba tomorrow. No, you don't need to. Don't do that. The Yorubas are ready. Our boys are ready. Look at them. Look at machine. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Here you get. So let your work speak for you in this 2024 and the support you give to the community. So you will give to the communities under these attacks, or those that will be under the attacks. Let them include all those ìbọn gidi, anywhere the get on, just kind of get them across, so that these idiots that always report farmers others clashes, they will say farmers others clashes, but now only farmers they die. Which kind of thing be that? Which kind of clashes be that? A Fulani from Futa Jalon, Futa Zoro, Futa Sadness, Futa Jalon, or whatever it's called, right? Will kill somebody right there in Yoruba land. And they will say it is a Fulani herdsmen versus farmers clashes. How can that be clashes? Somebody just burned out entire villages, and you said farmers others clashes. Now only the armless people died and the farmers. Where are the others that they clashed with? Because they didn't clash with anyone. They were slaughtered, and it is coordinated. So if you want to help people in this 2024, normally, it's so expensive to get yourself a proper gear, right? Like we all know, Nigerians are more poorer and poorer these days, okay? So to get proper gear, like, you know what it costs. So if you all are thinking of how to support and help, I think you should be looking into that. If I know all these kind of tricks and all that, I will begin to move them down to Ondo, because they are there too. My people are just kind of trying to manage it. Can you believe that? And some believe that with their Muslim tickets, it's a matter of time before they will activate some of other cells. The level of terrorism and insecurity that are going to envelope Nigeria will always come back to give credence to that statement. This is a jihad. And it doesn't matter where or what side you probably want to see it from. I just hope you won't be a victim before you realize it too. We are going to take calls, all right? So we are currently over 2,000 of us on YouTube, but surprisingly, only 500 or so, 600 of us have actually paid their own offering, okay? So listen, the more you kind of like the video, the chances of it getting seen by others that should be seeing it. So tell me, some people have told me before that my background does their eyes somehow. I would expect people, all of you watching me, to focus on me. And I don't make your eyes wobble and all of that. So I stopped using those backgrounds, okay? But now I am going to bring them back. Colorful ones, but not too dramatic and destructive ones, okay? But tell me what you think about the sermon tonight. You can even probably pick up your phone. If it's great, I'll read the comments, okay? If it's great enough to be like, yeah, Maiyegun, leave it like that, then we will leave it like this for some time. I'll go make a cup of tea. When I get back, we will continue. Sorry, 1 second. So when I get back, we will continue. Meanwhile, Mazi, please.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy, we are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government through the High Commissioner that what is happening in the country is unacceptable and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done, and the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing
My guys, I have a caller on the line, and it's been there for over a minute, by the way. So now, you are connected. The Prince, lucky you. You are the first caller tonight. It's a busy night, by the way. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Baba.
The Prince, how are you tonight?
Tukano Mike.
Yes, sir.
At the hill. Well done.
Bless you.
I say your message tonight is very, 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 very powerful. You know, there's a particular point you nailed that touched my soul. When you said that farmers said that's clash, but only farmer they die. Now they kill. I said, I said, Babani, you hit this one.
So you know.
There's one thing that we should notice in these villages that you showed us, Baba. You know, by the way, I want to thank you for showing our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu. You are opening the eyes of people to know that he is fighting for every Nigerian. If every Nigerian understand what Nnamdi Kanu stands for, everybody by now will not be talking a pledge to Nigeria with all my nyash. Everybody will be fighting for how to take away their neck away from the kneel of Nigeria, kneeling on their neck with terrorism. Okay. Secondly, I'm calling because of this old wizard vampire that you showed on their program the other day. His name, I don't know. He's a governor, one-time governor in the
Oshoba.
In the West, Oshoba, Oshofa. What is his name?
Shegun Oshoba.
I can't really remember that man. You know, Oshoba, okay. You know, are you hearing me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Prince. Just continue. But
Okay.
Can you hear me?
You know, this man, that Trumbu sent to come and address the nation that he want to be taxing the mansion in the east. Okay, after they have destroyed the one in the Lagos, they want to tax the one in the east. And he went ahead to be telling people, deceiving Nigerians that have not traveled out, that he has a council flat in London, that he pays for the council flat.
That's what I said.
But the old fool forget to tell the people that in the England, all the roads are tires. There's no road that are bad, even to their farmland. Roads are tied to the farmland. And it's the government that provides this. In every home, even to their farm, there's pipe born water. Running steady. There's water is running steady.
Good sewage
in their home.
system connected. Taking everything out of.
He never told the people that there is a steady electricity for over 20 years, 30 years in the England. The electricity is steady. There's no high voltage or low voltage. It's constant and steady. You won't. None of your electrical in the house will be blown up, and there's nobody to be held accountable. He never told anybody. If someone is paying tax, the reason why citizens pay tax is because government is providing the basic amenity. You understand? In Nigeria, tell me the security is not there. The water is not there. The roads are not there. Even the council tax the Were is talking about, it's government that provided a council tax and make sure that people have home to live.
Yes.
And the homes they paid instrumentally. Is the one you want to buy. He never tell people he's a one-time governor. You understand? But he want to tax the people that he gave 20 pounds. After the war, he's shamelessly old man that's wearing pampers. He do not want to tell the people that, these people that you gave 20 pounds, you want to tax them after you stolen the land. You are Bale in Lagos, the land that you sold.
You sold,
You know, you stole it and you came back to tell the world that is they build on pipeline, but you are the government in charge, or that is Bale at the same time that sold the land. You see? So you see that Agbaya, yeah, he's a shameless old man. One thing I want to say on this platform, the Yorubas, my fellow Yorubas, good Yorubas, they should be calling this kind of old, foolish old men out, because they are causing, say as a Fulani today, in Nigeria, anyone who Fulani enter, they are suspect. Any village they enter now, they are suspect. Because even way after Buhari finish using them to commit all the atrocity, now see, because of on my mandate said that it's going to continue where they stop, they are still emboldened to be attacking people.
Sure, you get
You understand? They are still emboldened to be attacking people in their villages.
And now, mandate
okay,
they turn to man death now.
People are dying of man death where they are standing. You see? So Maiyegun Yoruba nation should be calling them out, because I don't want this kind of stigma, because finally Yoruba nation will come. I'm sure about that. 100% sure that Yoruba nation will come, Igbo nation will come, and we have similar ideology or progressive ideology, not archaic one of grazing roots. So they shouldn't support these people. I mean, they shouldn't keep silence on their info.
Yeah, because of our time, it's not going to be like usual nights. Here you get, like, we'll kind of manage the time very much this time. So thank you so much, Mr. Prince. I appreciate that. Right, so I am going to ask us, because we didn't start early, so let's kind of manage the time so that we can have as many people up in as possible. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Oh, Yima.
How far, my brother? How far, my brother?
I am well.
Our family.
Thank God. Yourself.
We're good. Happy New Year, Baba.
Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. How is the woman?
He's all right. He's just rolling on the floor here.
You are joining us again today, Yima, please.
Now here we do. We know the grief for anybody, Abi.
That's the deal. Everybody who is willing to take it this year. No grief for it.
So I don't tell you, say this thing will spread. Say this thing they come down. It don't reach Taraba, Abi.
It don't reach Taraba.
He go soon enter Benue. From Benue, he go. As he spread, they go. He don't enter Ondo. Ifon is a very, very lovely town. I served in Ifon, so I know Ifon very well. Very, very, as in agriculture wise, you can grow anything in Ifon. It's a very fertile land you get in Ifon. Well, Baba, me, I just called to. I don't know what I go tell Nigerians. Oh, my dear. So this because as it is now, it's not a child's play something. These people are shouting Gawan, shouting what's his name again, Danjuma. Those guys are part of the establishment. They enjoy from the dirty feeds of funds from Nigeria. What do you expect them?
Like somebody saying the Igbos deserves all this what do you call it, profiling because of Azikiwe. Like that is going to be so unreasonable thing for anybody to say. That's how I'm trying to kind of tell all of us these days that listen. A lot of us have all of our sentiments. Okay, a lot of us say things. It's actually a time for us to begin to ask ourselves, what did you learn from the history you know? Did you hear?
I'll tell you something.
Go on,
I'll tell you something I learned from Nnamdi Kanu when I was watching his university, his online university. He said that the people of Benue State, the thieves, collaborated with the Northerners, and genocide happened, as in thief people killed, a lot of Igbo people returning from the north. I go angry. You know, Nnamdi Kanu that time, you will blast Yoruba, you will blast Igbo, you blast Hausa, blast everybody. The day Nnamdi Kanu entered thief people, I sat down. I was angry. I didn't do anything. My progenitors did. But I was angry to know that this is what my progenitors did. For 3 good days, Baba, I wasn't myself. I was asking, why would you do such a thing to these people? If you ask me, the Igbo person is the original Nigerians. Still yet, their women will still marry from our tribes, from different. After what we've done to their people, so I don't see the need why you should be.
So you are not somebody. You are a middle belter right now. Yima is a thief.
Yeah.
Right? So you as a middle belter, right? After reading that part of your history, you felt bad. Like,
I was angry.
Why would that even happen?
I was angry because we weren't taught all of that.
It's not that you turn around and begin to poke the Igbos. We kill your ancestors. We'll kill you again too. As if to say you did. Like you are the ones who killed the ancestors. Yeah?
I get you.
Are bragging and say, like you are now bragging and say, we'll deal with you again. We'll deal with you again. That means you have actually learned and inherited the hatred.
Nothing.
You have learned nothing.
Nothing.
And that's what I'm trying to kind of say to people. They are so important to. If people can sit down and think about this we are just discussing, right, they will understand how they have managed to keep a lot of the division we are witnessing today alive by themselves too, simply because of what they sort of learned from history. I can't judge, but
yes,
like
you're supposed to learn from history and not collect or inherit another person's enemy. Learn from history. Now, what that my middle belt brother was talking about on the video that you just played, I agree with him to a certain point. But to say that VDM went to Plateau to do some political agenda, no, that's not right.
I think so too.
VDM went there, saw what happened, made a video of what is happening. You saw the houses burnt. You saw the people saying who did it in refugee camps. That is not to me. That's not a political agenda. That is, he's showing you the reality of what is happening. Now, for him to now say that no, maybe that's a political stunt, that's a little bit disingenuous. I agree with him. There has been killings of Middle Belt people, Christians particularly, for a long time, and that is what is happening. So nobody should tell us that it is the lantern man that is attacking the Bokos man, or the Bokos man is attacking the no. These things are happening. Ladi, so is it not Taraba? Who kidnapped the people in Taraba? Is it Taraba people that kidnapped the people in Taraba? Call it what it is. These are Fulani terrorists who are doing this kind of criminal things in this country, and the government is in bed with them. Thank you, Maiyegun.
Thank you so much, for yours, for your own contribution as well. I appreciate that, Baba. So let's take another. Oh, hang on. Did I miss that? Hang on. Sorry, there is a caller there that I didn't tap well, and I bet I lost you. But here is another caller on the line. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
Is that Celia?
Yes, sir. It's me, sir.
Bless you. It's evening here, so good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm well. I thank you. So I'll try to go through my points, please, so that I don't spend too long. Yeah, then you can just comment after. Thank you.
Right, ma'am.
So yeah, from the call I was supposed to make yesterday, I was going to say Parfemi Falana has opened our eyes for those of us that are not sure that we have a right as Nigerians to carry guns. So I want to encourage Nigerians everywhere in the whole world. I mean, if you're in Nigeria, you have that right. Just try and know what you need to do so that you can have your guns and get them, and then get your weapons, whatever they are. And then talking about the Fulani, those people, I don't know if it's Bokos people that were arrested yesterday for what happened in Plateau. Maybe they killed 2 Fulanis, and then those boys' names were mentioned, and then they were arrested. And then my question is, what about the so many hundreds of the Fulanis that went and killed almost 200 people? How many of them have been arrested? Why is it? Since when? And why is it this one that just happened? And already our boys have been taken. And then if there's a mutual respect between us and Fulanis, because like when I was growing up as a little girl, when we go to the village to see my grandma, I know we had Fulanis that they'll bring their cows to our farm and they'll use their donks to like fertilizer on our farm. And then there was that mutual business. We buy food and from them, and we were even friends with a particular family and somehow preaching and stuff like that, not to go into details. So if we're not killing each other, if there's mutual respect for one another and for humanity, this will not even be talking about getting your guns or fighting against each other. So, but if it has come to this, honestly, I'm not apologizing to nobody. If I have my gun, I don't care who you are. If I have my gun, I do not care who you are. If you stand on my way, I put a bullet on your damn head. Are you kidding me? I will not give back to a child. You see the child will bring the best person to me. What will be? You know that question. I'm just so tired. Anyway,
I'm so sorry. Thank you very much for sharing that as well. The one I actually love most is you kind of letting people know that if they didn't know before now, they actually have the right to carry gun. All they need to do is just follow the process and get that gun. So that is very powerful and important. So thank you. Okay. Hear that. So Celia is from the middle belt of Nigeria, and she has direct. Oh, hang on. I don't know why this keeps popping up. There's this kind of useless messaging that pops up after every call. It never used to be like that. So I'll see if I can kind of fix that. So yeah. Can you hear me, by the way? I think I have another call here.
Hello, the general.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm CA from Atlanta.
Oh, CA. I'm so sorry. I was battling with my phone screen there because all these popped up messages. So, CA, sir, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Please.
It's sad what is going on. This is going on. Like you said, what the other caller said, the time to start blaming people is over. Yoruba did this to Igbo did this to Hausa in 1970, 1980. No, we should go beyond that point. It's over. The only way we can survive this is just to move forward. There's no way one person will not offend the other person. Is normal. I mean, if we have to move forward, we have to go forward.
See, I'm not even kind of someone like me. Don't encourage people to just move on without closure. What I'm saying is that it doesn't sound right. For example, I wasn't alive when Awolowo was sick and the rest of them did what they did. Alewa and the rest
did what they did. Yes.
Or I have read what they did. There are some of them I'm not proud of. There are some I'm kind of proud of.
Definitely.
Else, right? But if we begin to hate ourselves and we are wishing ourselves to be killed for the sins of our ancestors, that doesn't sound right to me. Go on, sir.
The Nigerians are, especially, I'm not trying to be biased. Nigerians are great people. I can tell you, if the Igbo nation, the Yoruba nation go tomorrow, they're going to be great countries. Even the South, Benue, they're going to be great countries. These few cabal are just pressing the country down deliberately. They're doing it deliberately. They're trying to use the Almanjiri system they've established entrenched in the north and turn Nigeria into an Almanjiri system. So they know what they're doing. So they're happy with people saying, you did this to me, you did that to me, clashing, knocking heads together while they achieve the agenda. Like you said,
a Yoruba man that is so passionate about Igbos must go, Igbos must go.
He's
not passionate about Fulani. It's Fulani terrorists, right? Killing people, and you are like, what is wrong?
I've said this before. I spent over 40 years in Lagos, my primary, secondary, 2 universities. I have never had the worst I have is a joke, Omoibo. That's all. That's just joke. Yorubas are welcoming. There's no, don't have any problem. Yorubas people don't have.
I grew up, right? Gambari, and it wasn't like a small word, right? It was like normal. He's an Hausa man or he's a northerner. Gambari. See.
Yeah. We move on. Yeah, we move on. We never had this problem. When I knew we were going to have problem is when Tinubu and his people started pushing this issue, I knew they have no plan for this country. So what they are doing is clash, let Yorubas and Igbo clash while they keep on ruining the country. People will be preoccupied with what is going on and lose sight of what is actually happening. Have you wondered why Dele Alake became the minister, why he was appointed minister of mineral resources?
Well, I think I have an idea, but I'll hear yours.
Aha.
Tell us.
Aha. We all know, because they know, okay, the Zamfara gold, whatever, and all those little deposits, they want to have a court and all those things. When the suddenly become a big office that someone that has close as like close to Jagaban be made a minister. It's just yeah. So I mean, I just like, I don't want to take your time, but Nigerians will wake up. The only way to go is break up this country, and the way APC are going about it, they're going to break this country
eventually
on their own. They're making it that it's going faster than we expect. Because one day we cannot continue this way. We cannot continue like this.
See,
we can't.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
You have a wonderful weekend over there, okay? Let me take another one. I have another caller. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Maiyegun, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Baba?
Yeah, Maiyegun, I've been following you for the past close to a year now, and I must say that you're doing a good job.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yes, I really appreciate you. You're doing a very fantastic job. Keep up the good work.
I will. Thanks a lot.
I just want to address a few things with you.
Please.
I think the Igbos and Yorubas have to put their differences aside, because what is on ground now is a serious threat to both tribes, and they need to really put their differences aside and face the real issue that is at hand.
That's right.
As it is now, Nigeria can never work, and it will never work. It's either we'll go back to the round table and discuss, or what terms do we want to be together in that country. Otherwise, we're just wasting our time. We're just going around the circle. And at the end, Nigeria it's already a failing state anyway. It's a failed state, actually. At the end, nothing good will ever come out from that place. Have you wondered why the Nigerian government is always worried when you tell them that they should make security local? Do you know why, Maiyegun?
Why, sir?
Because they know if everybody has that gun, that you can't come and threaten anybody anymore, because they will fight you. You understand? Once every local government is armed, everybody, the youth there is armed, you can't mess around with them. Yes.
They always find us. You might need to jump into another room without them knowing. Like,
I need to run away. Yeah.
They will always find you. I don't know why they are all like that, right? When you're on the phone, right? If you're not on the phone, they'll be doing their things, right? But when you get on the phone, that is the time they are interested in you. Can you talk? Or just let you go deal with the women?
Okay, let me go and deal with him.
Please go and deal with him.
Okay.
Because I can imagine what it feels like, okay? All of us who have kids, we probably knows what it feels like when kids want the attention. Trust me, they are very, very persistent, by the way. Here, I have another caller on the line. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clear and loudly, General.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. You?
Well, I'm still very much alive, surviving. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. My name is Emanuele, known as Lele, calling from Italy.
Lele, which one would you want me to keep? Emanuele, or I should just keep it at short? Lele. I think that's more kind of like.
You come, anyone at all, my brother. You come. Yes.
How are you?
I'm okay. I've been following you for more than 5 years now.
God bless you. The veterans.
I've not even won the call of line to you, but I always discharge your program. as we call it here in Italy, condivide. Condivide means sharing. You understand me?
Italo, right? Italian.
Yes.
Grand.
Yes.
Lele,
I'm an Italian. I'm an Hausa man. I'm a complete Igbo man. Biafra
You
man
are
from
like
Imo
you are the
State.
Wazo. Your own is no. Your own is Zobia. Tell me more, please.
Zobia.
Lele, go on. There's one missing, but you know, Italo. I can't say Wazo. What is calm in Italy? In Italian?
Viene.
Vieni. So let's put it this way then, right?
Viene.
It would be like
That is
Zobia Vieni. That kind of word.
Yeah, Zobia.
Zobia Vieni. Now, please tell us more. You are a regular viewer. Here we are tonight, Baba. Please.
Yes. Maiyegun, honestly, I have to be honest to you. Apart from our own prophet, the spring leader himself, Nnamdi Kanu. After Nnamdi Kanu, I think the next person to be on the line concerning this program of 18, I think I'll pick you.
Well, that would be an honor. There are far better people too, but it's an honor. Thank you.
Yes, but there's one thing that push person or that attracts you in someone's listen. You're somebody with a truthful words. Every words that came out from your mouth is always frankly speaking. So I cannot take because of what people are talking or what people are saying, then condemn nature. It wouldn't be possible, my brother.
God bless you. I do appreciate that, by the way. That means a lot. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Keep it on.
I will.
So
quickly. Go
Thank you very much. Concerning the issue of what is happening now, will I call it Nigeria or will I call it because that particular country is no more a country, my brother.
Sadly.
Think of what every speech that Nnamdi Kanu is making for more than 10 years ago.
Yes, sir.
All what he said has come to pass. Every bit of thing happened. Even up to now, it's happening. So, for the issue of this Boko Haram of a thing or all these clashes or whatever they call it, terrorism in our country, Nigeria. If I may ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How many millions of people that Fulani are in that country? Are they not less than 10 million?
We don't have the actual figure, but when we go with all the publicly available figure, they said the Fulanis in Nigeria are just about 3% of the population. The Fulanis, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't
6 million, like 6 million.
If we take 30% of 200 million,
20 million.
I don't think it's going to reach 10 million. No.
Okay, let's call it 10 million.
Or we can.
So how can? So my question goes like this: how can 10 millions of people stage 210 million people for more than how many years, still keeping us as if you are in a hellfire?
Well, that's some bigger question there that I will always ask myself. Like when you ask me, who should I ask? How did they succeed in keeping us?
This is a mistake of General Yakubu Gowon or whatever they call him. And again, our own global eminence, of course, a friend of Jimmy Carter and so on and so forth. I'm talking of General Olusegun Obasanjo. You see these two men in our Nigeria. I so much thank God every blessed day. I give glory to Chukwokika Biama Primi Yenile, Elohim, that these two men are still alive. They are still living and be using their two eyes, seeing what is happening in that country. You understand?
I think I have an answer for that question. Like, how did these Fulanis without using their number, okay, like the population wise, we can say their elite, the Fulani elite, all right? How did they succeed in holding other ethnic nationalities to ransom this long?
To ransom in this way.
Yeah, they didn't do it alone. We allowed it. That's what happened. You understand?
Yes.
Like we allowed it. Not me and you per se, but those who claim to be speaking for us or representing us on that table, right? They took whatever was given to them and they traded all of us to these murderers. That's the answer.
These murderers.
I will stick to that answer that if it's left for me and you, we will not be in this situation. You know that, Sha? If it was you and I to decide this, people like me and you, Igbos, Yorubas, Ijos, Tifis, and the rest of us, like, well, you know what? We want to break up this country. We don't want to. If it's up to me and you now, this is never going to happen. But the criminals who are from the Igbo land, from Yoruba land, from all the lands across Nigeria, for what they stand to gain, they allowed the Fulani, jihadists, and their elite and the rest of them to bring us to this stage.
Count on how many group of people. Count on how many group of Islamic something that they have in that country. You know, as I was speaking to you, those Fulanis I grew up in Hausa land. I grew up in a Bukavu barrack in Kano State. So there is no any inch, there is no any techniques, any inch that a Fulani man or any part of northern person act that I will not tell you. If in ordinary eye that is set on somebody or that he looks, I will tell you what it made, what she or he wanted to do. So I don't have too much. I don't have too much.
You already made
too much to say. So
I love the chat and I appreciate all the support as well. I hope
another thing I want to tell you, in less than 3 years, the sawdust we have in our pounds, in our 2 pounds, I think breeze will blow up and take away the sawdust. Then we have to wash our hands to be clean. Mark this my word. In less than 3 years, something will happen in that country.
A prophetic saying, something that we should probably just write.
Mark my word somewhere else.
Lele, thank you. All right. Let me take another one. Simply because, I appreciate this seriously, and I hope I hear from you again. My regards.
Keep on moving here with your program. You are one of the best on the earth.
Thank you.
I must comment on you.
God bless you.
I must comment. That's why I always every day I shared your program.
Thank you.
More than 20, 30, 40 people every blessed day.
God bless you. You make up all the numbers. You are one of them, and I do appreciate. And if I have a chance of saying it to people like yourself, like we are talking now, I never miss that chance. Okay, so Lele, I am very grateful. So thank you very much, Sue. Okay.
Thank you very much, and you too. So extend my greetings to your regard.
God bless you. I mean, they would hear that, and thank you. So I have another caller. Surprisingly, my phone keeps bringing up all this.
That's your sister.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh, somebody, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Beatrice.
Oh, great. My lady Beatrice. Happy New Year, ma. How are you?
Same to you. Happy New Year to you and to all members.
Happy New Year, ma. It's good to hear from you again. How is everybody? How is everything, ma?
You can hear from my voice. I was really struck by cold virus. I'm just getting better since yesterday. I've been watching. I've been making some comments, but I was coughing constantly, you know.
And you couldn't let it go tonight as well.
No, I'm battling with my immune system. I'm not supposed to open up, but somebody came to repair something for me who had cold.
Oh dear.
And I believed him that the cold had gone. And 2 days after, it started with me.
You caught it.
Yeah, I thank God, yes.
I'm so sorry.
My brother, you are doing so well. I want to wish you and your family, first of all, Happy New Year, and the joy you are looking for Nigeria, the peace you are looking for, will also be happening in your own home.
Amen.
Because we reap from what we sow. Just like those who are sowing evil in our country, they will reap evil.
Amen to that too.
Just like that, yes. So yeah. I've been watching these videos and what that guy was, the black guy was showing. My brother, it's so disheartening. It's seriously disheartening that such is happening in our country. If you watch that video and all the things happening, and you watch the video of my brother, they locked up.
Yes, so Nnamdi Kanu.
Nnamdi Kanu. What did Mazi do? We cannot take this killing anymore. That's what he said.
Right.
Then because of that, you locked him up. So you shouldn't have said that. And the people killing, you have not said anything to them. You ruling party or whoever, whatever their names are in their lineage, they agree with the killers to continue to do that. It's like there is war in Nigeria that is not called Biafra Nigerian war. I think it's now Fulani against the rest of Nigerians. And I don't know why this can continue, because we have men and women who are strong enough to do something about this. I was happy to see the other young man, I can't remember where he came from, that was telling Bat that he should resign.
I know. That's also like some northern youth too, yeah.
Yes, that he should resign. And I was happy to watch that guy saying that. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
So all these things happening, and we have children today. I have grandchildren. Yeah, and I wouldn't want what happened to me when I was less than 10 years old during Nigerian Biafran War to happen to my own grandchildren. Or for them not to be able to come home.
Did you see those children in the IDP camp that very dark man also met? Did you see those children, ma'am?
Yes, I saw them.
That's the regular faces in the Middle Belt now, where people are living in IDP camp. Children, women, and all that. It's a regular thing.
Yeah, and the children are like vague. They don't know what is going on. They don't know what is going on. They burnt down their houses, killed their parents.
Yes.
Killed their parents. And the Emiloko has time to attend parties with his colleagues. He has time to attend parties and to share some millions. But what is really happening that he needs to pay attention to? He's not showing any sign of interest. What does this man want? He has lived maybe he's 80-something or 90-something, I don't care. He wants to bury Nigeria before he dies, or what is actually going on? I think that both Yorubas, not all Yorubas, because there are some of them who are with him. Are you getting what I'm saying?
I am with you.
Those who are not with him, they should put heads together and find a solution to this nonsense. Because if everybody, how do Yoruba say it? My Yoruba is not also perfect anymore after over 30 years.
I couldn't string together 2 words of Igbo, and it hurts me. You have no idea.
I was born and bred in Yoruba land. I have a Yoruba name.
Raised in Igbo land, but guess what, right? For a very long time,
my father gave me Aduke. My Yoruba name is Aduke, but my Yoruba friend says Oriki name. But I don't know. I want to be cared by Adu, by many people. I'm yet to receive
everybody have to like a fight to care. I mean, to kind of show love and show
exactly. And we don't have the useless president to care for us, to care for anybody, to care for old women who are suffering, old men. My brother, please, I don't know how people are listening to you. Millions are watching you. There must be something that will be done to stop these people.
There will be.
Can you remember when they saw containers load of weapons at the Ports Authority some years back? Nobody knew who owned those weapons.
We never know those.
Ports Authority at Apapa, they saw containers, and it was wuru, the whole thing died down. Nobody knew who owned those things. That is what they are using today. That is what they are using. Maybe the Igbos should do what Ojukwu told them the other time. Go home, send your families home, come back and prepare yourself, be weaponized. Anybody that knock your door, take off their head.
Defend yourselves and take off their head, exactly.
That's what Ojukwu told them the other time, when they were just killing Igbos. Take your children home. Take your wife home. Come back to your business. When they knock, the first person, make sure the head is down. Second person, then the rest they will run away. They are human beings too.
Yeah.
What is this nonsense? We can't have peace even overseas because of a Milocon's character now.
I know.
You can no longer proudly say you are a Nigerian, and you are at home, no peace. What is this? Okay, my brother.
Thank you
Continue
very much.
from where you stopped.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. Get some rest, and then, like I was told too, drink some, drink a lot of liquid, ma'am. Okay,
I'm doing that.
Have a good one, ma'am. So that is some outpouring of arts from our lady Beatrice, because it is almost the same. Like, you just have to be like, you are abroad. Tinubu's image is haunting you as a Nigerian. Then you are in Nigeria, there is no peace, rest or peace of mind. Like, what exactly would you say is the sin of a man called Nigeria? Like, all of us have been kind of trapped in it.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great.
Yeah, the Maiyegun general.
Yes, sir. How
Yeah,
are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, my name is Chooks.
Oh, Chooks.
Yeah, I'm calling.
I
Yeah,
think we
I'm
have
calling
spoken
from the
before,
UK.
have we?
Long time ago, Maiyegun.
It sounded so close.
so
I'm gonna
long
pick your
ago.
voice.
Yeah,
How are
yeah.
you? How you doing?
To get you on phone, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you.
I know. Thank God bless you, Baba. Here you are. Go on, sir.
Every day I say God bless you, and that's all I can say to you. You've been doing great, and you see this very topic you bring on tonight. I'm so glad, especially when you said when somebody did something wrong, you shouldn't hold it against other. But there's one point you said that makes me know that you are one of a kind. You said that word, closure. You see, the problem we have in Nigeria is anything that happens, we just talked about it and walk away from it without closure at all.
There's no closure.
And until we begin to add closure to whatever we do, we will continue to fail. It doesn't matter what level. You see, the likes of FFK will come on and say whatever he likes about any tribe, and nothing happens. It is because there is no closure.
There is none.
I remember when the likes of Tunde Bakare made a serious comment that they said an Igbo man will never be president again over their dead body, right?
Yes.
It is because of lack of closure that makes such statement come out. So you see, when we talk about Gowon, we are not holding it against the people of Plateau. It is because there is no closure. Because if there is closure, somebody will come out and apologize, and everybody will understand what happened. If Gowon and his cronies come out and apologize, you will not hear a single Igbo man saying, oh, it is good for them. Because when they do that, imagine, I'm not saying, listen, my heart goes out to them every time. My heart goes out for them. And in fact, sometimes I get so angry that I felt if I have anything, if I can do anything to stop that, I would do it. But the fact is this: the people around that place does not understand what is going on. It is the same thing the likes of Ojukwu saw then. It is same killing. So if the likes of Gowon come out today and say, I apologize, my hands are up, many people will know. Even his people.
Like people
the good thing is
to time and say, okay, yeah, finally. You know, again,
these people will
quickly back you up a bit, Chooks, okay? Talking about disclosure for our listeners to understand your perspective very, very well. Yeah, okay, is that we all know that apart from the bogus, no winner, no vanquish, after, ensuring the genocide of over 5 million people, you just come out and say no winner, no vanquish. Who does that? The criminals who carried out the genocide. Those ones who killed harmless people, those who violated the law, I mean, the rules of engagement in time of war. People like Muritala, people like Buhari, Babangida, Abacha,
people like Awolowo,
Obasanjo,
people like Awolowo,
including Awolowo. You know, I'm even kind of mentioning this, those ones who are military now, right? Who indeed played a role. They got rewarded afterward. And some people continue to say, it is an unfinished business. That is why people like Buhari could come out years later to say their parents didn't tell them the story. We will wipe them. So when we talk about closure, we are talking about where you identify, you acknowledge what happened. You acknowledge your role and the role you played. Then you come out and say, I regret the role I played. And indeed, this will never happen again. That never happened in Nigeria. That's the closure we are talking about. And I'm glad Chooks is elaborating more on that, but for the sake of my listeners, I had to add that before you are misunderstood.
Look, let me make it clear, even more clearer, right? You see, the cries, when you watch the videos you showed today, you see the kids and everybody crying for their beloved ones who are mauled down, right?
That's right.
If you show them the pictures or the videos of 1967 to 1970, they will see exactly the same thing. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
They will see exactly the same thing. So that is why this word closure is very, very important that you mentioned it tonight. My heart, listen, I always relax and watch you and enjoy you, right? And enjoy all the people that are calling in. You know, because to get you, sometimes I will have to try more than 100 times. I can't get you. So, but I was determined when I had that word closure. I was determined to. I said, if I don't get you tonight, any day I must bring up this topic for us to elaborate on it. So, thank you. The likes of FFK. Again, it's those things we talk about closure. Yoruba and Igbos have no problem.
We shouldn't.
Okay? On the street, right? There is no problem with either the Hausa man, the Yoruba man, the Igbo man, the Ijo man, anybody, right? But because of the way we Africans do things, we are all stuck in another man's war. Look, Igbo man is different today in Nigeria because an Igbo man will stand up to you no matter how highly placed you are.
That's right.
When they know what you're doing is wrong. But because of the system of government we had before the colonial masters, in Igbo land, they say we are Republican, so we don't have a central body.
That's right.
When somebody says something, you can only win your argument by bringing a superior argument. That's the only way you can win an argument in Igbo land.
As it should be.
Okay? So, but when you go to the north or to the southwest, and you say to the king or to the emir, this is what I give to you. This is your
has a final say.
Once he says go, that is the end of it. And that is the problem. So as far as we keep listening to the leaders we have, whether good or bad, Because like what FFK spit on his mouth, is the leader in Yoruba land, whether we like it or not.
Unfortunately, it's not.
I mean, but people do listen to him. I'm not saying all.
I know.
Okay. You understand? So as long as those people have voice, that will always present that there is a problem between Hausa and the Yorubas, the Igbos and the Yorubas, the Yorubas.
That will bring me to this before you go, Chooks, okay? Because you know what people are saying these days? They said, somebody said earlier that is Nigeria at war? People are dying every day. Of course, Nigeria is at war. The war that Nigeria is facing, like you also sort of elaborated just now, right? The war Nigeria is facing is the clash of civilization. The Igbos in you know, if somebody is to be called leader, they have to earn it, okay? And if you become a leader and you begin to abuse that privilege, the Igbos will not say because you are that leader for them to now keep short. They will stand up to you and say no, no.
I mean, the footprint is all over the place. You see what happened to people they harass or tell them to get off, that they are not up to scratch. The evidences are there. Listen, as I am today, if my blood...
what I'm even trying to get at is right, Chooks, is that you know, we have our culture in Yoruba land as well, like I've explained many times here, okay? But you were right? You know, we have obas that we called elders here and there, we listen to, but we also stand up to them too. Do you understand? So like, I'm not saying no. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I understand.
No,
just hang on. That's where I'm actually going with this. All right. So it simply means that you know, or should I quickly kind of round it up? Okay. What I'm trying to get at is that a lot of problems we are facing right now is the clash of civilizations, clash of tradition, clash of culture. So a country that has so much difference like that, it is a recipe for disaster with all of these differences we are seeing today. So yeah, that's what I wanted to point out on the issue of the Fulanis are different, the Yorubas are different, the Igbos are different.
And that's why, listen, Maiyegun, that's why decentralization of governance is very, very important.
That's right.
Very, very important. Listen, I have this argument so many times, even some people call on your show and say, even if we divide Nigeria, what next? It is the same criminals that is going to be in charge of you. No. Everybody knows how to deal with their own criminals.
I believe.
Everybody knows how to deal with their own criminals. There's no way today, right? This Aguadorian or Aguado will be let's say they use a governor of that region, right? And the Yorubas will get up and present this to us. Are you telling me that will happen?
No, it will never happen.
Exactly. Now you're catching the joke. Now you're catching the joke.
See, Chooks, you and I can spend the rest of this evening. You know that, yeah?
Amen. Maiyegun.
Go on.
Maiyegun, I give you the flower you deserve.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And more especially to your family.
You should call him more. See, I understand the struggle of getting through, okay? But whatever it is you did tonight, do more of that. I want to hear more from you. Right?
Not a problem. Not a problem. Meanwhile, my greetings to your family, you know, because I know, like we're saying, sometimes if I'm trying, right, they come up, hey, why are you spending so much time? You know, I have to give way. So for you to sit here for 3-4 hours to talk to us every day, I must give that kudos, not just to you, but to your family.
Thank you,
and good night.
You are such a very considerate and an honest man. You're a lovely person. I appreciate you, Chooks. Okay, my regards to you.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Take it easy, all right?
All right.
Cheers, man. So my time is completely up. We didn't start early, but I ensured that we all have our 3 hours full. I told you I could make it up to us, and indeed, there are some people that will be like, no, don't go. I want to call in. Just be like Chooks, okay? Whatever it is you feel like tonight, you can really get through to voice your own opinion. You can do that tomorrow. And tomorrow is Sunday. And to the leaders of the Yoruba Union who are here watching me tonight, you might be wondering why would you, we haven't set up our first leadership meeting yet. I know some of you are still watching here, okay? I could have sent this to you privately, but I want to say it to you now. Consider this as us still enjoying our holidays of, everybody's trying to get back to their normal routine and life. Those who are trying to get back to their jobs and all of that. I am being considerate as your convener, okay? So we are not going to have our meetings tomorrow. We should be resuming back next week. I hope you write that down, okay? I'll send the official message to every one of us. So thank you. We all need to get ourselves ready, brace up. When we say people should be helped, you know what we do, eh? And this is 2024. If the Fulani terrorists resume their attacks and their terrorism, there are somewhere this whole thing was. And this is 2024. We could take it a notch further too. Like I said, I won't have to say everything here, okay? But again, thank you to every one of us who spent their evening with me again tonight. I told you it was going to worth it. I told you that, especially if you watch me for the first time. Now you can subscribe to my channel now, okay? I don't know what happened. We usually are like always over 2,000 of us. I don't know if we have to begin to kind of hold everybody by their hands. I say, yeah, like that video. That is your offering. How could you be here and you didn't like the video? I know. Thank you so much. I will see you some other time, okay? And until then, remember, don't ever miss MaiyegunsDiary Politico. You won't like it. Ask others. And make sure you take it easy too. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe é àní Maiyegun máa wí. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. MaiyegunDiary, Diary Politico. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ìpẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o ayé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.